Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ant, and welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna do a different type of video. I'm gonna review the Jeen-Yuhs documentary, the Kanye West documentary. I just got done watching it with my little brother. It's amazing. One of my favorite documentaries ever. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's up there. It's truly one of the best, well put documentaries that I've seen. Cootie did an amazing job. Like like the first episodes of just seeing what Kanye kind of evolved into, it was like a roller coaster. To see what he wanted to do to become successful in his business, pretty much in rapping, and not be labeled as a producer, to be able to reach the heights that he has, like nobody else has ever seen. Like, it's truly inspirational. He's like one of the main reasons I started this channel too. Like, he wanted me to get the ball rolling on new projects, and this is, my channel is like a project, and it's kind of like I'm kind of got inspired by Kanye West to do this, to put something out there, to put content out to the world that what I'm truly passionate about, which is I'm passionate about a lot of things, and obviously music is one of them. And to see, I was waiting for this documentary for quite a while. He truly just put all of his effort into music, and to see the beginning episodes is truly emotional because we know what happened to his mother. We know what happens later on in his life, all the controversies that he's been a part of, but the struggle that he had in the beginning to kind of break that boundary of just being a producer, to be a rapper, to be a well-respected rapper, and be compared to the greats. And to me, he is the greatest of all time. He's the greatest rapper to ever do it. It's truly amazing, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's inspirational. Like, for anybody that watches this documentary who don't even know Kanye West, like, I recommend you guys watch it just because it inspires you. Like, it inspires you to do stuff. It inspires you to, like, chase your dreams, because he could have gave up on his dreams many times. When he went into Rockefeller Records and he started playing All Falls Down for all those people, and they just didn't listen to him, they didn't care for him whatsoever. Like, he could have gave up right there and nobody will bat an eye and, like, be like, oh, I understand why you did. But it just goes to show, like, you never give up on your dreams, because look at him now. He's one of the most successful people in the world ever. You know what I'm saying? He has one of the most accomplished careers, one of the most accomplished humans to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially of this century. Who has done more than Kanye West? Not too many people. So overall, the beginning, the first episode was great. We kind of learned who Kanye West really was as a person, and saw what he was doing in order to kind of get to that level that he is right now. He moved to New York. He moved with Cootie, which is pretty much the guy who was filming him. Shout out to Cootie, by the way. He was one of the only people that believed in him, And I wish that Kanye always kept Cootie around throughout his life, because he was truly a true friend of his. Because you can kind of tell that Cootie wanted him to succeed, because he saw from the beginning what he can accomplish. And, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, he truly put an amazing, like, you got to give a lot of props to Cootie for putting this amazing documentary together. He truly, it's one of my favorite documentaries. I mean, it's just well put, very well edited. Some of the clips I've never seen from Kanye before. I mean, it was crazy to see some of the clips. It's emotional, like him going to his mom's house, kind of seeing his mom for the first time in the documentary. And his mom, like, believed in him, and it's emotional. I mean, she believed in him from the beginning, just like how Cootie did. His mom was his #1 fan. I mean, it's really sad what happened. We're gonna get into that in a second, but just to keep talking about the first episode. So he moved to New York, trying to make it as an artist, played All Falls Down for Rockefeller Records. Nobody, like, cared for him whatsoever. Made Jesus Walks. We saw, like, the evolution of all of his music. We saw, like, the creation of all this music in the beginning for College Dropout. the first two episodes mainly was about the college dropout. We didn't really get to see. I was a little disappointed. We didn't get to see like the creative process of Yeezus or 808s or anything like that, just because Cudi was not around for that time. We kind of saw bits and clips from that era, from like those eras, but I wish we would have seen a little bit more. But like, it was mostly about the college dropout. From the first two episodes, it was kind of like they built it up. Him meeting Pharrell, him playing Through the Wire for Pharrell, him rapping with his mouth wired shut because of the car accident, which kind of they got into in the second episode. Him, with Jay-Z and all these other guys, nobody really knows who Kanye West really was. Even when he got signed, nobody like knew who he was. He didn't put out anything. He was just known as a producer. And it's crazy. It's truly, truly crazy. That first episode was amazing. It got me hooked from the very beginning. Very emotional at times, especially the last episode, which we'll get into in a second. The second episode, seeing what happened with the car accident, which almost like took his life, which is crazy to even think. Seeing him at the dentist, getting his mouth wire shut. He's trying to talk to the dentist, saying that he needs to do like, I don't know if he had like a photo shoot or something, but he needed to like look. He said himself, I think, look pretty or something like that, or look good, and having his mouth wire shut and having all these things inside his mouth did not make him look good. But I mean, it built character for Kanye. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's truly, truly insane. I mean, even after the car accident, him to still keep pursuing and even make a song with his mouth wired shut is crazy. Like, who even thinks of doing that? Only him, because he really wanted to make it in the industry, in the music industry. The second episode is when he really started gaining an audience, started gaining popularity. He was getting on MTV. He finally was able to get the college dropout finally out. Things like that. It's truly amazing. It's truly amazing. Like, that second episode was great. There really no flaws. No, none of the episodes to me have flaws. My biggest issue was I wished we saw more. I wanted to see the creative process of 808s and Heartbreak, how he made each song and things like that, because we kind of saw like the depths, like we kind of saw behind the scenes for the college dropout, a little bit of late registration here and there, but we didn't really get to truly see, the creative process. I wish of Yeezus we didn't. Because obviously Kanye and Cudi, they broke up, not broke up, but like, they stopped talking to each other for a while, and then eventually, which we'll get into the third episode, they talked about, obviously his mom passing away from a heart attack. I believe it was a heart attack, but his mom passing away, and him kind of losing contact. Cudi lost contact with Kanye because he was in a bad headspace. I can't even imagine losing my mom. Anybody losing their mom. To see that happen to Kanye West, and it showed how strong he was. He was able to push through and make such an amazing album with 808s, and then go on with his life. And obviously there was many controversies that he had, the Taylor Swift stuff, they talk about it in the latest episode. To see that he's still a prevalent figure in this world after all the stuff that he said that can get anybody canceled, right? To see what he was able to do in that final episode, like after his mom died, he did all the crazy stuff. Like, it's crazy how he hasn't got canceled. But you really can't cancel Kanye West. You can't. Like, he is uncancelable. Is that even a word? I don't even know. But yeah, and then they kind of reconnected. Him and Cudi reconnected after, I believe, 2017. They started recording for Kids See Ghosts. And I believe he was also at the Life of Pablo. He was like at the album premiere, I believe, which was really cool too. That was a crazy, like, that whole environment there with Cudi and Kanye. They had Pusha T there, Big Sean, like a bunch of big names in there. That was kind of cool. But they really reconnected for sure, like, and started talking to each other once again back, I believe, in 2017, when I believe this was around the time they started recording. Him and Cudi started recording for Kids See Ghosts. I don't know about Ye. I don't think Ye. I guess Ye was already made, and then there was around the time that they started recording just for Kids See Ghosts for him and Cudi to make that album. And it was really cool, man. It was really cool. The creative process, like the areas, the places that they've been to too in the documentary is crazy too. He was in the Dominican Republic at the end, in a really nice house. It looked really cool. But yeah, and then all the controversies. I mean, listen, bro. You're bound to say controversial stuff when you're on a pedestal like Kanye West, But we can't really, bro. If you hate Kanye West, I understand, he said stuff in this past, but, like, there were so many times where the media, like, he showed that the media was so unfair to him. Like, some of the stuff that they were saying, like, I remember when he was in the Jesus is King era, they were, like, kind of dissing him, saying that as he trying to win back the people by becoming a Christian. It's like, can y'all just let this man live? He changed his life. He gave his soul to Christ. He literally became a Christian, and y'all are bashing him and trying to twist it and say, oh, he's doing this because he wants to look good for the media. He wants to look good for the people. Like, bro, let him live. Like, I don't understand why the media really want to paint Kanye as the enemy, as a villain, to be honest. It's terrible. So, yeah. And at the end, they talked about, like, him running for president. I got my own opinions about that. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, honestly, Kanye shouldn't be worrying about being the president, and he needs to worry about he should worry about his own mental health, focus on bettering himself every single day, because I want this man to be happy. I feel like Kanye sometimes, it showed a lot in the documentary, especially later on, that he seemed a little unhappy sometimes. But I really hope that he surrounds himself with good people. And Cudi is one of those people that he surrounded himself with that is really good people. And yeah. But overall, a really good documentary. I enjoyed it from top to bottom. It was very good. Watching it with my little brother was really cool too. My little brother's a huge Kanye West fan. Probably more than me, if I'm being honest. And I think that Kanye's the greatest artist ever, So, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed, by the way, I recommend you guys watch the documentary. Even if you're not even a rap fan. Like, you don't even care about rap, or you don't care about Kanye West, watch, especially the first episode. That will inspire anybody, I believe. So, that's pretty much it. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. One of my favorite documentaries ever. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon with another video. Peace.